Welcome to Reality After Show coverage of the Challenge USA Season 2, Week 2. I'm Jonny Fairplay. I'm adjusting my volume. It is correct. That's Dan Montchal. That's Alex Trias. They are challenge experts. I am merely a Survivor Hall of Famer. Oh, and an original villain from House of Villains.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Things have changed since the last time we've talked officially.
Yeah. I was never in Bolivia. That was a lie. I was filming House of Villains.
What?
Yeah. Sorry. That's
My
what
whole
villains
life's a
do.
lie.
Yeah, villains lie. That's what we do.
What?
Yep. Across the board, all 10 of us, I promise.
We'll see.
Man.
Just, going with the villains, Jonny, arguably the original villain. And, you got shredded while you were in Bolivia and after Bolivia. Alex clearly has been working out a lot. You can see the pipes. Myself, just like your other village house, Bananas, I am just somewhat athletic.
Yes.
I'm glad Bananas learned from my t-shirt wearing abilities on House of Villains that you wear a shirt and you release a shirt that week. It's very smart. It's called marketing. And Bananas, you're welcome.
No, yeah. So let's just talk. So obviously Sunday was part 2 of like the opener of the season, and then
Yes.
episode 3 was its own isolated episode. I will say 2 weeks in, 3 episodes in, I'm loving the format. I'm liking this group as a cast as a whole.
Oh yeah.
I think the storylines are so much better. There's more organic gameplay going through this.
Yes.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I it's funny because I saw was it Challenge Bev or whatever the what I
One of those accounts.
what I've been told is the number 1 challenge Instagram account. I don't know because I have so many of them blocked. But they're just like, oh, this is so boring. Go watch the show with Libby. And I'm just like, I'm gonna watch the show with Libby, but I am not bored by this at all. I have been bored by the last 4 seasons of the challenge, in which what is it, the Turks and Caicos Alliance or whatever. We just see them play their game, and I enjoy them not enjoying their game not being played. It's a little difficult me watching Bananas because peek behind the curtain, we are pals. So that one's difficult, but for all the people throwing shade at Bananas, look at Bananas and Paulie. Look at Bananas and Josh. Look at Josh and Paulie. Like, this is pretty cool television for people that legitimately, I mean, once again, peek behind the curtain. I meet Paulie at Hearts of Reality in December. I go to film House of Villains in February, and me and Bananas are talking, and I was like, yeah, so do you have beef with Paulie? He goes, oh yeah, that guy's a scumbag, never trust a word he says, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I had a few minutes to sit down, just me and him and chat, and I love the guy. I'm sorry. Like I felt him to be very genuine and just a really cool dude. And Banana's like, oh, don't fall for that. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. And I feel, and I'm pretty positive on my feeling that that's how Bananas went into challenge. So we filmed House of Villains the month of February, and then the month of April they went and filmed Challenge USA 2. Yep. So in my heart of hearts, I believe that that's the mindset that Bananas went into Challenge USA 2 with. And I don't think Paulie left with Bananas feeling the same way at all. I think Bananas saw the guy that I had a chance to spend some time with in Orlando at Hearts Reality and talk to.
Right. And what I really like about this Paulie story, because spoiler alert, if you're watching this, you watch the episodes, Paulie goes home at the end of episode 3, and you really have to rush and put this story in. And the one thing I wish they did do was maybe focus a little more time on that and see how they were starting to come together. But I almost feel like they were no, we need Bananas to still say like, oh, he fucking sucks. I can't wait to beat him. If I lose to him, I'll never hear the end of it. Just so that you can get the payoff at the end and be like, you know what? After that competition, all the respect in the world with him. You know, it's a good storyline, and I believe you. Like, I think it was definitely made, like, minds were changed in that very short couple week period that they were on set together.
Yeah. So, and I think Paulie, based on our conversations and hanging out with both Paulie and Cara Maria and meeting Bananas for the first time in Hearts Realities, I think Paulie was open to that conversation in December, and Bananas was not. And, maybe, well, not maybe, but through circumstances, they were forced to have a conversation in which, I didn't know Paulie before. I'd only heard all these horrible things. They're just like, oh my God, you're going to hate him. Like going into Hearts, they're just like, watch out for Paulie. I'm like, why? And they're just like, oh, he sucks. You're going to like, you two are going to be oil and vinegar or oil and water or whatever. It's probably not oil and vinegar. They go well together. But like, you guys are not like, it ain't going to work out. And I'm just, and I left Hearts Reality. I'm just like, I really liked Paulie. So, and I've known Cara for, going almost 20 years now. And I've always loved Cara. So I'm like, yes, Cara has had bad taste in men before, but but I didn't like him. I didn't like the other guy then. I don't like him now. And I meet Paulie. I love Paulie, and I'm really glad this all happened because, like, as I said, what I met at Hearts Reality could have been a smokescreen or what, but I don't think so. I think I met a real genuine dude, and I think we saw a real genuine dude who self-admittedly, years of therapy and everything else, because he recognized his flaws, and so I've had a similar road to Paulie. I loved myself, but I wasn't. I didn't allow myself to be loved by others because I didn't want anybody to love me. Like, I embraced that villain role, and I'm just like, well, this is kind of a shitty way to live your life.
Right. Yeah. And I think that was the beauty of seeing Paulie back. Because, like, I think originally a lot of people were like, oh, why are you bringing him back? Like, why is he here? Yeah. But, like, even that, they were like, no, we don't even want to watch him. And I have a lot of friends that weren't Paulie fans coming into the show. I talked to you guys like online while we were doing it. And they're like, we're good now. We like Paulie. We want Paulie to come back.
Yeah, who doesn't? If you don't want Paulie to come back on another season of the challenge, then you skipped episode 3.
Now, Paulie was great, and I think from looking at it, you can tell that the challenge has re-embraced him again. Because sure, he was only on for 3 episodes, but if you look at it, that's where we started the season off with. You don't start off with the third boot unless the show is behind him now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it could have been, like just this, shadow story that really, that surfaces 3/4 of the way through episode 3, and then it's like, oh, and there's the Paulie boot.
Right, and it's like, he was just brought in to be cannon fodder. Yeah. But you also get it from like like TJ sometimes does the whole, I hope to see you again in the future. We will see you. His delivery of like, he was like, I really hope we see you again.
Yeah.
Because I think they all understood what this was. Like, they're like, okay, we're going to throw Paulie in here. CBS people or audience will know who Paulie is. This is his test. Let's see how he does. If like everything goes well, aces, he can start coming back again.
Yeah.
So
and
I think
if he does it, no harm, no foul. He has a major meltdown, a huge catastrophe. It's Crash TV. We got that moment, and boom, we tried. We're done. Next.
Or even if it was worse than that, you just edit him out of the show until he's eliminated.
Yeah,
it's like that's all it is.
Yeah,
they've done it before.
Yeah, that's not the story we were given, and I'm really happy for them.
Thankfully,
yeah.
So, and I mean, and just aesthetically, I want to see people that look like Paulie on the show.
I agree.
He's not my fashion role model, But I want to see someone that embraces that. Like, I mean, we'll get to it. Like, he wanted to be Freddie Mercury. I want Freddie Mercury on my show.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Like, I have 4 Queen records right over there. There's a reason. So a lot of it has to do with the music, but at the same time, a lot of it has to do with it. Like Kiss. Kiss is one of the worst bands of all time. They've sold a shitload of records. How do you explain that aesthetically? So, and I have Kiss vinyl. So I do have a couple, personal faves that I should not admit to liking. So, but yeah. And it was one of my Kiss. Kiss is one of the first albums I ever owned. I had a Donny and Marie Osmond record case and Kiss Hotter Than Hell, which is quite the oxymoron. I'm pretty sure Donny and Marie Osmond were telling me not to listen to Knights in Satan's Service. For those of you wondering, that's what KISS stands for.
But kind of go.
Knights is spelled with a K for those of you that are stupid.
What?
I mean, we're here to educate.
We are. This is an educational podcast. We have been through this.
Yes. And for comedy, if you listen to the Big Brother podcast right after.
Yes, yeah. The Big Brother one will be.
Wayne will give you a lot more laughs. Yeah.
I will be recycling some jokes from here on there, and they will get laughs there.
I really hope so.
So going into like these 2 episodes, one of the things that I have noticed, and so I'm going to say it, and it's.
Don't say it.
I don't. No. I'm going to say it. It's. I don't hate the fact that they're finally like, hey, let's go get the vets. But I think this shows you from these 2 episodes how much we needed the vets on CBS. Now, I like most of the vets, but if you look at these 2 episodes, which are head and shoulders way better than anything we saw in USA 1, and it's because it's the vets are actually causing drama. They're causing the scenes, and that's kind of why we need them there, because you look at the blow-ups of these 2 episodes, and it's a vet's involved every single time. It's Amanda, who's been on the show before, with Michelle, who's been on the challenge, stepped out of Survivor.
Amanda, they are only for drama. 0 chance of winning whatsoever. That's fine. I want someone there for drama and 0 chance of winning.
I agree.
Yeah.
And you also just have, and this also just shows how important when you're bringing a new person on the show, you need like quote unquote rookies coming in that are a little more strong-willed. Wanting to come in and make their own game, make their statement, and not their statement being, oh, I'm going to ride the coattails of the veterans so that I can get a consistent paycheck. They're like, no, I'm going to get a consistent paycheck by showing I'm good TV, I'm a good competitor, and I can take out your favorites.
Well, episode 3, we saw the same people go into deliberation as we saw on episode 1 with a ridiculously different scenario.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
And like
the process in 4 days.
Yeah, and a scenario where, like, technically, based off the connections, there still could have been more of a contested decision there. But yeah, people like Betsy just like, nah, I'm out. What's your game? I don't know my game, but it's not your game. Like,
and then Corey smartly realizes that the vets is a sinking ship. But you may be jumping off the sinking ship, Corey. And I love Corey. And Corey is one of the first to like my House of Villains announcement. So I'm not going on a Corey bashing just because I could easily be persuaded just by a like on Instagram. And Corey doesn't listen to the podcast.
Noted.
Yeah. So, but Corey, you are correct. It is a sinking ship. But step 1 of exiting a sinking ship. Step 1 of exiting a sinking ship is not to be the first person voted out of the new ship, because that's all he's doing in that move is putting himself as first boot after the other boots.
Yeah, it's like he's doing the right short-term move.
Yes.
So like I want to give him the credit there. Like is there any point for me if I see where the votes are going and I have no way of saving these 2 veterans to not also vote for them and try to gain some sort of relationship so that by the time in a world where all the vets go out, maybe I've ingrained myself enough with a portion of this group that group fissures and then I get to attach that.
And I think that's the plan. But right now on paper, Corey jumped from sinking ship to first one off the rescue ship.
Yeah. And I have no problem with them going after the vets. My only issue is that they're hammering it home so much, which is fine. Go ahead and do that. But don't act like this is this massive move. You outnumber them 37-4 at this point. Like,
yes,
if you want to do that, it isn't like you need to be a mastermind to pull this off.
I feel like it is a fair fight in that it's, the math. I'm not doing the actual math, but let's, for argument's sake, 6 Survivor, 6 Big Brother, 6 Challenge vets. And then we don't care about Amazing Race. So I don't like
Dusty hasn't won you over yet.
Nope. Do not care that Bananas. He's Bananas' #1 fanboy. Don't care. He does not exist in my world. The day he goes,
the only small credit I'll give Dusty, and it is nothing that's happened on the show.
Is it that he's the hopper?
No, it's not the hopper. It's the fact that is
he a topper?
He might be. It was on the challenge Instagram page. They went to all these rookies and were like, "Oh, what's your favorite challenge moment?" And he's the only one that could pull. Half of the others were like, I love seeing what they did on USA 1. I'm like, well, please don't
you can
model your game after that.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that Dustin's a legitimate fan of the show.
Yeah. So for those of you those of you listening or watching that are not familiar with Big Brother, they're on season 25. We have coverage. That podcast will be recorded right after this one live. So if you'd like to join us, just come right back here, or find it and listen. They're in the 25th season, Big Brother. Big Brother pretends that season 1 of Big Brother did not happen. It is not the same format. It is one of the most unwatchable shows. And like a lot of people are saying that about season 25, and they might have a valid argument, even though it appears to be getting a little better right now. But season 1 does not exist. I see a time down the road in which Challenge USA season 1 does not exist.
We need I could definitely say that. I can agree with you there. We still need to see how this season ultimately lands. Out the gate,
yeah.
No contest. No contest.
Yeah, I mean, how much diarrhea would it involve shitting the bed for this season to become season 1?
The Amazing Race wins.
No, what it would be is if you had, well, of course, Amazing Race, but if all the vets are knocked out in the first half of the season, and then it's reverted back to more of season USA. 1, where no one's causing the drama, no one's hooking up, no one's doing anything that's
and Kenny shows
exciting
up.
TV. Well,
yeah, and
Kenny's going to save. No, Kenny's going to save any show. How fucking dare you?
No,
sorry, Joker Kenny.
But so far, everything's fresh, and I will recant some things I've said from last episode or last podcast to this one with some people as we move forward, because I can see a little more of what makes them great for TV. Even the season 1 people that came over, I feel just have a different energy about them this time around.
Desi, we were impressed with Desi a few of her confessionals, but she didn't get much of a storyline, and maybe that was because they knew how it was going to end.
Well, because he's trying to make moves with Enzo and Dominic.
True.
Well,
because she never had Angela and Tyson's ear.
Well, how do we forget that? That was the biggest storyline. Was all the Love Island girls were all over Dominic like that? That's all we could talk.
Don't tell his wife.
Oh my God! Don't tell his wife. That's see now she listens to the podcast.
She just also liked the announcement.
Yeah, you just opened up a whole big can of worms of the Dominic household. Oh, guess who's not getting any tonight? Dominic. Hey, go ahead. Why don't you call your Love Island girls, see if they'll give you some tonight, Dominic?
No, but even that, it's now we get Desi in this episode revealing I got this 7-person alliance.
Oh, don't say the name of the alliance.
I don't know the name of the alliance.
We having a trivia contest?
Yeah, I got. You know what? I'm gonna do a pretty cool trivia deal. I was hoping for one other thing here. I don't see it in here, so I'm gonna do this one this week. I'll do. Really? Okay. Where are you? I mean, everybody likes trivia, right?
Everyone loves trivia.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see if we have it here.
It's the best part of, Johnny Fairplay's live shows. Get tickets for that at survivortix.com.
Oh my God, I'm going to be in New York, September 27th. The premiere of season 45 of Survivor, Bounce Nightclub. Oh my, who all do I have there? I have Sydney from 41. I have Eliza Orleans. I have Jesse from 43, 42,
43.
43. Okay, I was right. Billy Garcia just announced, or hasn't even been announced. I just announced it right here. Who else do I have?
Carla from 43 as well.
Carla from 43. Oh, Carla. She's oh man. If you get to meet someone live, that's who you want to meet. It's Carla. But yeah,
many more.
Yeah, many. Oh yeah, I got a ton of surprises. Oh, the surprise guests. Spoilers. They're people from season.
What?
It's a challenge podcast. They'll never listen. We're good. So, all right. Here's a contest. I wanted to do it for this other person's alliance, and maybe I'll do that next episode. But if you would like to win an autographed Johnny Bananas picture and an autographed Alex Trias picture. That's right. You don't get one, but both Johnny Bananas and Alex Trias. This is the first time ever that an Alex Trias and Johnny Bananas autograph picture have been offered at the same time as a prize. Ever.
It's news to me.
Okay, so there you go. So you can win both. All I need, the first person to give me Alex Trias's workout hashtag from his Instagram. Dan?
Yes.
Dan just came.
Dan's
a little
in
bit.
The chat.
A little bit. No, it was a lot.
It was a lot. There you go. So first one, either do it in the comments here or do it in the comments after you watch it, and then hit me up on my social medias, Instagram. It's at Jonny Fairplay, Twitter or X or whatever the stupid thing is called at this point, at Jonny Fairplay. Threads at Jonny Fairplay, or Facebook.com / Jonny Fairplay. Hit me up. First one to do it gets both an autographed Johnny Bananas and Alex Trias signed photos. How cool, Dan! Do you really want to give this this hashtag, don't you?
I could have said it right away.
I feel like I ruined the second
I'm checked out. I don't care what happens now.
Well, I mean, what are you really adding to the show at this point? I mean, like I was expecting 4 of those chime-ins.
I almost blurted it out, but playing the game fair.
All right. John Millsap says an Alex Trias autograph photo. Who can resist? Well, you got to do the. Oh, sorry. All right.
Be careful there.
Sorry. Episode 2, Blurred Battle Lines. I did not get the name of episode 3. I apologize. Maybe someone
Civil
else
War.
All right. Great. All right. So Lewis is safe. Who cares? Michelle says, F you, Amanda. I know you're responsible. And this is quite the fight. And Banana says, Fessy, handle your women.
I love that Banana just constantly pegs in there. Because it's also just, I love the challenge. This is a years long feud because they both slept with Fessy.
Yes. All right.
I love it. I love this show.
So apparently this fight got a lot more volatile than what we saw on CBS. And I feel like if this had been the MTV version
Maybe get a little more.
Or the Paramount Plus version, we would have got a little more of that, which is great. So, but if you guys want fights, watch House of Villains October 2nd on E! 75-minute premiere episode. It's every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Starting October 12th. Actually, the premiere Peek Behind the Curtain. The premiere will be airing simulcast on E, Sci-Fi, Bravo, and USA. Holy moly. Then every week after that, it's on just on E on Thursday nights at 10 o'clock. And Rumor and Innuendo, the next day available on Peacock, or as we like to say around here, The Cock.
The Cock.
Thank you.
Dan, you need to be on top of this. You have to be more in sync.
Yeah,
I didn't realize we were syncing up. That's my bad.
Be more on top of the cock.
Well, it'd be hard to, but I'll try.
All right.
You really got to wait. I won't say it, but you got to.
Something with work. I don't know.
Okay. So our first elimination is Slam Dunk. Alex, what's Slam Dunk?
Slam Dunk. You're getting dunked into this giant tank of cold water 15 times. They made sure to emphasize 15 times because we don't see it. And there's 1,500 balls in each water tank, and you need to get the most out. And don't worry, they will make up the numbers.
Right.
I'm sure. Do we really think they counted?
Yeah,
I'm surprised Amir didn't lose by 1 or 2 because that was.
It really should have been. It really should have been.
No, I think they count the remaining balls and they just subtract.
I don't think
they gathered the balls outside and counted them.
No, and to be clear, I'm not saying that
my kids would, for the record. Yeah. It's just like, hey, we didn't count the balls. It's like, all right.
I will say though, I'm not saying Michelle didn't win. She obviously won, but I'm like, they're probably like, this sounds like an exciting number.
Yeah. I don't know.
Good job.
I wouldn't have been surprised if Amir didn't quite hit 1,300. That way they had the suspense for you got 1,300, and so TJ could leave that pause before saying she didn't get enough.
Yeah, well, I can tell you this. So on Peek Behind the Curtain, I'm sure I'm not allowed to say this, but I don't. House of Villains, I think you'll appreciate this. So don't yell at me. All right. So before every challenge, because this was not how it was in 2003 and 2008 on Survivor. Okay. So on House of Villains, or on Survivor, Jeff would come out there. Is like, all right, today's challenge. You're gonna blah 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 blah. All right, contestants ready? Here we go. And then there would be a pause, and then they would stop the cameras, and then they would Jeff would walk us through the challenge. It's just like, very slowly explain what the challenge was, and then each tribe would pick one representative, which always on my tribe was me, because I always figured out the loophole in every challenge because I'm smart, and that's why I'm House of Villains. I understand stuff, and I'm evil. So anyway, so that's how we would do it, and then they're like, any more questions, and then blah blah blah, and then 45 minutes later we would do the challenge. House of Villains, which I'm guessing is a lot like how they do every reality show, because legal is very huge moving forward in society as we know it since 2003 and 2008. So Joel McHale goes,
Amanda's aware.
Yes. So Joel's like, today's challenge, blah, 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 blah. Then challenge producers show up, go over the challenge in detail, give us a written description of the challenge. We have to sign. Everyone is filmed signing and acknowledging that we have read, heard, listened, signed what the rules of the challenge are. So yes, I would have, based on that, I would imagine they counted every fucking ball in that was left in that tank.
Okay, you sold me.
Yeah, I mean it is honestly ridiculous. Like they're just like, hey, did you? And I'm just like, does it really matter? They're like, oh yeah, it matters. Okay, sorry, we were on the honor system back then. They're like, yeah, no, it's 2023. Everybody sues for everything.
But yeah, so Michelle gets this win. Amira, thanks for playing.
1,319 balls to 1,301, allegedly, rumor and innuendo.
Yes.
18 ball. Michelle, can we go on record and say that Michelle has an 18 ball challenge advantage over Amira? Do the math.
How many people she kicked it with?
I don't know.
Well, she might be kicking it with some more people in future seasons.
Oh,
Allegedly. Rumor and innuendo.
All right, say that for the Patreon.
Yeah.
Realitypatron.com. Become a. Oh my God! Go to look up Reality After Show with Jonny Fairplay on Spotify right now. Boom! You can become a patron there and get all your audio for the Patreon on Spotify now.
Oh
So if you were just like, oh, Patreon sucks, it does. It's like it's one of the worst fucking apps and websites of all time. I agree. Guess what? Spotify is fucking cool. That's what I use. So boom, go to Spotify, search Reality After Show with Jonny Fairplay. Click on one of the locked things, become a patron. It all links together. Boom. Realitypatron.com or Spotify, search Reality After Show with Jonny Fairplay. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, hold on real quick. Michelle's back, and I have this in my notes, and I mean, because there are so many Michelle haters out there. And for the record, Bias is here. I'm her friend, so I love Michelle. So that, like, if you're looking for someone to be like, yeah, come on, tell him Fairplay. Sorry, no. I'm gonna back my friends. Number one. Number two, even if you don't like Michelle, it's better TV that she comes back.
It's better TV that she It's better TV that she comes back, and it's also, I love the interaction after the house, because as far as challenge like fights, this is so tame, but everyone that isn't an MTV vet, they're like freaking out in the background, being like, this is so crazy, what's going on? It's like, this is a 1 on a scale of 1 to 10. Like,
Dusty's out in the corner like, oh my God, this is how they do it.
Well, that was on Survivor Pro Islands. Like, I had never watched Survivor prior to being cast. Like, I went back and watched the show, and, they're just like, what do you think? And I'm like, kind of boring. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, I watched The Real World. That shit's good. I want to have a 3-way in a hot tub, and I want to yell at somebody. Like that. That was my reality TV goals.
Yeah.
All you had to do was vote for Rupert, and, you got part of that.
Halfway there. Oh, the hot tub came later. So, but no, I was a fan. So when I came in Survivor, I wanted to bring elements of The Real World to Survivor, because I think that's more exciting television. So, once again, Challenge USA 1 sucked dog shit. Like, it was literally the most boring. Like, I would rather there's the I'd rather watch paint dry analogy. I would rather watch paint dry, literally, than watch the Challenge USA 1 again.
Yeah.
So this is fun. And the Survivor people and Big Brother people, they're losing their minds. It's just like, didn't you hate I'm just like, oh no, because a lot of you are from the more recent season of Survivor, where you guys don't do anything but fucking play Kumbaya, and everyone loves everyone. There's no villains, and it sucks.
Right.
Yeah, watch House of Villains on E, October 12th. Oh my God, do I hate a good guy? Okay, so but here's the twist. Michelle, you can defect.
In a season of risk taking, it makes, but in this scenario, she sticks with the red team. It's the right play.
It's the right play for Michelle.
Yes.
This will change later, but it's the right play for Michelle. And so we get back to the house, and Bananas can do math. I know a lot of you think that that Bananas is strictly win challenges, win eliminators, and that's all he has in his arsenal. Bananas understands math, because he's just like, yeah, Jonny threw a vote on me. So not only am I going against Big Brother, not only am I going against Survivor, I'm also going against John A. And then there's some guy from The Amazing Race that loves me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Definitely has a fanboy there. What was it that he was like? You don't have to be fucking Copernicus to understand what's going on here.
I do love it. If you go to any of Bananas' posts about it, Dusty has like 9 comments on every post.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And Bananas doesn't follow him, which just makes it better.
But Bananas does reference Copernicus. 2 months prior.
That's probably why it was so fresh in his mind. He was like,
yeah. But I love bananas. He's got 4 catchphrases. It's
well, maybe he was like you, where he was like, "Oh, this didn't land here. Let me try this again." And it's different group of people.
It landed much better on Challenge USA.
Yeah. Wait, is Challenge USA the Wayne of reality shows?
Yes,
it very much is. So, well, I can honestly like I think it's not based on audience, because I don't think it landed with the audience on Challenge USA 2, because I think they're stupid too. But I think the House of Villains cast is also stupid. And with the exception of myself, they didn't get it either.
No one had ever heard of Copernicus.
Well, he's a rapper.
Of course,
right.
Late 90s, when people weren't buying a lot of vinyl. All right.
Sounds about as boring as some of Killer Mike's stuff.
Don't stop being mad at me about Killer Mike. I apologize.
I'm not mad at you for that.
So
is there something else you're mad at me?
No, I'm not mad at you for anything. Hey, the concert may have sucked. We still had a good day. It's all right.
We had a great day. Dude, that day is when I filmed my Zoom call deal for the House of Villains reveal Zoom call video thing on social media. So it was a good day.
Yeah,
Dan.
Yeah.
Well, this is also
if you look at the reflection of my abs, you can see Dan's face
right there.
Right there. Those abs are not there. That was 2 months ago. Woo. So I didn't run today. I got a massage today. No happy ending. Yeah.
Only semi.
It was a semi ending.
There was no one was doing the Alex, what is it?
The happy? No, I know.
Yeah.
So someone don't worry. We'll get a comment real quick. Yeah. All right. Yes. So at this point we learn that Amanda is petty, but she's also a mom. And it's like, oh, I love that these people are multifaceted.
I can only imagine Corey was pissed, being like, whoa, this is mine.
They even got the footage of him going, like, looking at pictures. They never show the pictures, though. They're like, no, you don't get this. You'll get to say it 2 times in these 2 episodes that you're playing for your family, your kids, whatever.
We know. Hey,
but this is also where we are introduced right before the daily of this, like, it's like a 7-person women's alliance of the non-vets. So
it is essentially Tiffany working with the Survivor and Big Brother girls.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, and this is where I'm starting to remember, like, the first episode, like, Tiffany didn't, like, the energy that Tiffany was providing to the camera just seemed like checked out. These 2 episodes a little more livelier again. Like, I think she's better in confessional than a lot of other people.
She's great in episode 2. She's great in confessionals. Episode 3, the confessionals are still there, but this is not the game for her.
Yeah, I don't think this is the format for her. But I'm like, I can at least see you want to bring in some people who, like, they may not be great at the format, but they'll at least be able to be a good narrator and bring some funny jokes here and there. Like her and Alyssa Lopez, they're both.
Yeah, and they were both good. She has a fan base, so I want to see Tiffany on more television shows. I just don't think it's Challenge USA 2
or
3.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, go win. Go win Challenge USA season 2. I changed my mind. I just don't think she's made for it. She can't swim.
Yeah, that's.
No, she should be on something like Back to Big Brother, or even I wouldn't hate her like if it was a Traders type show either. Just something where it isn't like solely around.
Yeah.
Traders would be fine. Snake in the Grass, maybe. Whatever that show that Libby and Missy are on, that's supposedly better than Challenge USA.
I don't know who those people are.
Yeah, but I don't believe that it's better, and I'm more than willing to bet they don't pay as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand why Tiffany said yes. I'm just saying.
Oh, absolutely.
I just don't think she was very like. Would I be great on Challenge USA 2? Yes. Would I be great on Challenge USA 2? No. See what I did there?
Multifaceted.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So our next daily is working the polls.
Yes, they are working the poles. You're 35 feet above the water with a bunch of poles, and you essentially are just trying to swing from one pole to the other to get to the platform opposite of you. The team that gets the most of their team over in the fastest time will win. Be safe. Yada yada yada.
And the people that fall in the water, TJ laughs at them.
Yes, I'll admit this was the weakest challenge of the 2 episodes for me.
It was fine.
Like it was just like it was something that was there. There was nothing really like exciting about it. It was just another way of showing like these are the people that are going to be really good at the challenges, and then here are the people that can talk.
Yeah, but I feel like it was just like the stupid boat thing. I thought was just as exciting.
Yeah.
But we have bananas with competition braids.
Yes, because he needs to put the fear into his competition, and also that Tiffany is now his hairstylist.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got it.
Gotta make inroads where you can.
So this challenge definitely is not it's that one weird one where it's like you need to be like sort of average build. If you're like more of an average build, average height, this challenge will be
somewhat
a little
athletic.
easier. Somewhat athletic.
Didn't Doughy Chris Underwood make it to the platform?
He did.
He still got muscle on him.
Yeah. So I talked with War Dog about this. War Dog, very, very, very close friends with Chris Underwood, and he was just like he just had a kid when he did this, and so he's dad bod Chris Underwood. So I'm gonna replace Doughy Chris Underwood with dad bod Chris Underwood.
I mean, he's still doing
he's
well
coming in
out.
like he's gonna come in. I don't know, like Walmart's probably even still high, like a Dollar General CT.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Geez, shots fired.
Not even 5 below.
Sorry.
It can be 5 below. That's fine. Wow. Well, if you say that it's the knockoff version of CT, that's still CT was still a beast. I just felt like it's not about Chris Underwood. It's just not getting him close to CT's level.
So once again, though, this highlights why I love having Amanda on our screens is like she's seeing her like Michelle fall off. She's actively laughing while competing, seeing her fall. She eventually gets to the other side with help from her team. The first thing she decides she needs to do is jump in the air and flip her off from the platform. I'm like, yes.
And Tori informs the viewers that Amanda is barely a challenge grade.
Honestly, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so over Tori." I like the pettiness. I like it.
Oh yeah.
This is my favorite Tori since like World of Worlds 2.
Yeah. It's the most authentic version where like she knows she's being fake.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. I also did love Amanda. So she says at the end, like, how happy is, but she pulled up Tyler, like, and it was such relief because he's this huge guy. I was like, I'm pretty sure that was Desi, but go ahead, take credit.
She's just like, I must be the strongest person alive.
She is. So, and for those of you wondering if Desi is awesome, she does it twice. And
gets across twice.
Yes. And as a result, green team wins, all because of Desi. Let's give props where they're due. And boom, we're back in the house. There's wine, and Sebastian is in love with Tori.
Personality.
Her personality.
Oh, I know. I got it all here.
Thank you.
Sebastian likes a big, bad, bold, dangerous, strong woman with very, 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 very attracted to your personality.
All right.
That was something.
If a girl tells me that, well, if a girl called me a bold bitch or bold whatever, that would worry me. But then if they use 18 varies and followed it with personality, I would feel like I was just like, oh man, she just friend zoned the shit out of me. But no,
so
this is this guy's game.
So if anyone saw like the little clip that Bananas posted of his interview with Michelle,
yes,
about this episode, and he asked Michelle that, Michelle's like, it's sort of the same thing as if someone asked you like how a date went with someone, you're like, oh, he was nice. It's like,
yeah,
that's sort of just where it's like, oh, he's not my type. But I feel like I need to say something good about the person.
But apparently this is just Sebastian's game. Like, he's like, they love it.
And anyone find it? Oh, sorry.
He operates much better with weed.
That makes sense.
He's more of a weed, Netflix and chill kind of guy, I think. Or weed, fishing and chill.
That makes more sense because he was dating the one girl from his Ghost Island cast, but that didn't happen until after they were off the island. He could be more authentically himself.
And she got smoking hot after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
a collective.
That's the analysis. Yeah. Anyone find it weird though that they then had to drop a confessional in there where you had the producer going like, "Are you single, Tori?"
Yeah.
That seems, and I don't know. That just seems so out of place because if you're a challenge watcher, the last thing we'd known about Tori was she's been competing on the show with Jordan, but they've been separated. That's the story that we know. We knew her as single Tori coming in. So that just ham fist stabs, that's a little weird.
Well, this is just another example that I think the challenge needs to realize is that if there are some type of couples, don't bring them on the same season because it isn't as good. Like you have Paulie and Cara. I expecting, in 6 years when we get All Stars 4, Cara's going to be way better. Without Paulie, they're better separate. And you're going to have the same thing here that while they're not together, Jordan and Tori, have them on separate seasons. I think you're going to get way more out of it. I mean, even if you're going back, I know everyone hates Zach, but Zach and Jenna are way better on the show when they're not there together.
Yeah, I don't want to see.
I'll agree with Jenna at least.
I don't want to see Zach and Jenna Maraska either.
That'd be weird.
That would be weird.
Yes. All right. Well, Tori versus Jonny is the best move for the Survivor Big Brother Girl Alliance. We'll get to the name later. And yes, so the Greens have their deliberation, and Tori Bananas is the green vote, and Wes hates it. And it was just wow, this is kind of the exact opposite of what we saw last episode, in which the veterans dictated how the votes are going. Kind of hurts when it's on the other end, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I like seeing the opposition. I love seeing Michaela not back down to anything Wes was gonna, and just gave it right back. She's like, well, we value you as part of our team, but what you give us to help us win is what it's going to allow them to win if we let your friends just stay here. So we should just take them out. And I'm sorry that you don't like this, but tough shit.
Yeah. And it's right here where Wes says the Bananas is his number one. And we've seen on social media some people say, oh, well, he told me, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure he did tell you, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? A confessional may have been the real answer.
Yeah. Also considering, despite their feuds, they've been doing shows together for 20 years.
Yeah, don't let your work become a shoot, brother.
Yeah, so it's just oh, he told me out there that Bananas was not. I'm like, I'm sure he told you that.
Quick question, Jonny, on Pearl Islands. How many people out there did you say was your number one?
All
not
of them.
In confessional?
Every one of them.
Yeah,
but
right. You were telling the truth that time.
I don't know. I'm sure there was someone I'd like. I didn't tell Skinny Ryan because I didn't have the opportunity. But yeah, everyone I had a conversation with, they were my number one.
Yeah, and they all were.
And it's just Survivor and Big Brother players, you have each played in these seasons. I'm sure you've said that to everyone where it hasn't been true.
Yeah, and then if someone's just hey, they're not your number one, I'm like, no, you are. God, I hate them. But don't tell them because I'll feel bad.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right. And they stink. Don't tell them that either. Hey, I'll see if you can keep a secret. Because if I hear that anyone thinks that person stinks, I'll know you said it. And I'll know you told them that they weren't my number one. And they're like, oh, I'm not going to say either one. I'm like, I know, because you're stupid.
Yeah. So
House of Villains, everyone.
House of Villains. Get ready. So Blue is putting all their votes on a red guy. And but not Tiffany. She goes against the plan and votes Corey, sorry. And I'm just like, Tiffany, what are you doing?
That was the thing I was like fearing with Tiffany, because it's like Tiffany will make her connections with people, and then like even if they're not part of the group, she'll be like, well, I can't take this shot at them because I have built a bond with them, so I'm gonna just throw my vote somewhere.
Tiffany did Banana's hair, not Corey's.
Yeah,
because Corey is there. Corey is playing for his kids.
He is playing for his kids.
I know. He mentioned it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, we get to see all the votes, and we got 2 votes on Paulie.
Oh, where were the votes taking place?
In the hopper.
Dennis?
I'm not going to laugh at this one.
All right. Wayne did.
I know he did.
Of course Wayne did.
Of course he did.
Just as you predicted.
Thank you.
And then explain to him after.
Yes, I did.
But there's 2 votes on Paulie, 1 vote on Alyssa L, 2 votes on Alyssa S, 3 votes on Bananas' #1 fan, Dusty, 1 vote on Sebastian, 2 votes on Corey, and then 5 votes on John A.
Yes. And guess what? TJ goes, I wouldn't want to be John A. And he's right, because it's John A. And the eliminator's called Drop the Ball. What's Drop the Ball?
There's 60 balls coming down of a Plinko machine. And
very appropriate for CBS.
Yeah, black balls 1 point, and silver balls are 3 points. You want to get the ball, make sure it doesn't hit the ground, and put that ball into your goal. Most points wins.
Would you
Tori decides I'm going to beat a mom today?
Would you say that Tori has more experience with balls than John A?
I think she might have an 18-ball advantage.
Oh, boom!
Especially recently.
Hey, it's her words.
I would like to see a Michelle versus Tori deal. I think, and just see who has supreme ball control.
Hungry hippo off.
I would love to hungry hippo it.
Whose hippo is the hungriest for the balls?
Well, Tori.
In the game. Come on now.
Tori's in great shape these days.
Very good shape.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for John A here.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Holy moly.
Tori did everything I would also do in this type of setup. I'm gonna push you into that wall every single time if I can.
But just imagine if Tori didn't like John A.
Imagine if it
had been Amanda.
Yeah, this is her friend.
No, Amanda's helmet's getting cracked open, and probably her head too.
We watched Brock Lesnar versus a jobber.
Yeah,
it was.
It wasn't a contest.
Yeah, the final score is 29-15, and Tori is faced with a moral dilemma, or just you choose what jersey you want to wear, and she stays with blue. Now, just
poor choice.
Tori, who self-professed one of the greatest players to ever play the challenge, and other people toot that same horn. TJ, I'm sorry you've played the game with challenge people, but now you're playing the game with Survivor people and Big Brother people, more so Survivor, that understand the intricacies of stuff like this. So, and I being one of the best, King George blows me out of the water. So it's not like I'm sitting here going, I'm the greatest ever. King George can vote you out with 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. I can't even do the math. Copernicus could not. Giant bananas. But Tori, for as great as we've all been told you are, there's also math. This was not the right move.
So
go ahead, Alex.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say the only thing that I would kind of give her is at this point, does she still think that she's good with Fessel and Corey? That she thinks she has something there. But as what we see happens the next episode, you'd think there'd have to be some inklings that it'd make more sense for a lot of these vets to get onto the same team.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say my full belief is you see Bananas probably jump to the blue team because I think his
they
logic,
spoiled it.
On the preview, Corey's
I
wearing a
missed
red
it.
jersey.
I was going to say at the end of that's what kind of sucked going into episode 3 is if you watch the preview at the end of episode 2, you can see a clear shot of Bananas in a blue jersey.
You also at the end of the preview, you see a clear shot of Corey with a red jersey.
And I will say that's a wrong move. I think no matter what you think about Corey, you should keep Corey on there. And it's almost like not bullying, but you're sort of forcing his hand now of like we're gaining a little bit more number thing. Now you don't have an excuse to turn. So if you fully turn here, like you're gone. Like you're gone. Next chance you get, you ain't touching the final. No pass go, no collect $200. Go back to Team Mom money, which is good money according to Corey.
I'm sure it is.
He was on a podcast and he said that one episode of Team Mom, he gets paid the same amount as if he did a whole season of the challenge.
I believe that. Yeah. I've seen some crazy numbers. Okay. So Tori saves it blue. Episode 2, Civil War. Is that what we said?
Or episode 3.
Yep. Or sorry, episode 2 of the week. Yes. All right. Previously on the challenge. It's just TJ saying previously on the challenge.
It's just another recap of
I know,
because CBS viewers don't understand.
No one's in a hot tub.
No, I think they gave up. I think they gave up on that.
I think it's going to be extra special when they do it on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
So I'm okay with that.
Just don't have Enzo and Leo do it, and you're fine.
Yeah.
So I love that we jump right out the gate and Tori and Amanda are fighting. And Tori's upset that Amanda, her enemy, didn't actively try to save her. And Amanda's like, I'm not going to be one of your fake friends. I don't like you. I'm not going to help you.
Yeah, Amanda and Tori will never be friends. We have figured this out.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the postseason really made me not think that. I thought they were going to be the best of friends coming into this season.
I thought they won together, just seeing how it all ended.
All right. So Chanel's bedroom is called, well, this would have been a trivia question, but it's not now because I had the other trivia question. Don't forget, if you would like a signed Jonny Bananas and signed Alex Trias, you get both photos. First time ever offered collectively, ever in the history of ever. Alex Trias has been working out. What's his hashtag on Instagram when he works out? Also on Facebook too. So he's got a great hashtag. Sometimes, mostly on Instagram. So, and his Instagram is at atrias95. So first one, I will mail you autographed Jonny Bananas photo, autographed Alex Trias photo. Who knew? All right. So Chanel's bedroom is called the Secret Garden, and it's just like
I completely missed that.
Oh, you missed it?
I never heard it.
Yeah, the Secret Garden Alliance. And Chanel, tell me, how does your garden grow? What? I don't know. No one said there'd be nursery rhymes.
So I do have the alliance is good. Have a strong alliance, you have a little control over. My issue is I feel like this should be more intergendered because seven girls don't get to make the final together.
Well, I'll figure that out. I feel like it's not really a 7 girl. I feel like it's more of a 4-girl alliance with 3.
Well, yeah, the way that Desi,
it is explained that it's the Survivor girls and the Big Brother girls working together. That's it. And it's just and then Desi's like, well, it's actually us 4 plus these 3. So remember those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It adds on the 2 Alyssas and Michelle.
Yeah.
So I would have to believe this is being shown here because they do have a good amount of power, at least in the early portion of this season. And, odds would say probably half of them will make the final.
They should.
In theory.
But Banana says, last night was a wake-up call. Holy moly. And,
what gave you that idea? Bananas?
yeah. Well, Bananas. He talked to Copernicus. Okay. So Paulie wanted to be a gay icon, and as a result, dressed as Freddie Mercury, and wasn't sure if he was gay or straight. He still don't know if he's actually decided. He is with Cara Maria, and good on you. And he's been doing therapy, and he came in with a chip on his shoulder, and came in for the first time without a chip on his shoulder. And I have my notes. That's the guy I met at Hearts, the guy without a chip on his shoulder.
Like, this is such like a beautiful segment for Paulie. I felt like I was moved by like listening to his story.
Everyone,
I feel like a lot of people can be in his shoes. Like, there's definitely people that watch this show that be like, yeah, I was like this. This is how I was. Like, you grow up in a home where you don't know if that's like acceptable. You grow in a way where you're an athlete. And if you're an athlete, you're supposed to be this alpha guy. There's like a certain idea of what you're supposed to be, and him like figuring out who he actually is. Love that part. It's sort of almost hilarious that it's counterpointed by Tori being like, I need all the help I can get. So if he wants to work with me, he can work with me.
Oh, yeah.
The weird part to me was the fact that who he's having this conversation with is like Cara's arch nemesis.
Yes.
Well, I think Paulie's like now in this venture where he's like, I'm getting everybody to get along now. Everybody gets to go along.
The get along. He is creating the get along gang as best he can, and it's, gosh darn it, it's
a tragic ending.
Yeah, across the board. Like, this is the Titanic.
It's so sad. I don't like this.
Like Corey's jumping off the sinking ship. That sinking ship is the Titanic, and Paulie's just sitting there with his little captain's hat.
It's literally that. Corey jumps off that boat. Yeah. Paulie, who's not on that boat, is like, "Oh, there's space on that boat now. Let me get on." And everyone's like, "Okay, you go down there."
No, Paulie is steering the boat, but it's like the episode of The Office where Dwight's steering the boat.
And everyone's just like, okay.
Aw.
Let the kid play with his wheel.
We love you, Paulie. Good for you with your little boat. Or little.
No, it was a great scene for him. Like, if you, no matter what your feelings were to Paulie coming into the season, if you watch these 3 episodes, then that scene specifically, and you still have a hatred for him, then I don't know what to tell you, because we weren't watching the same thing.
And like, if anything, they are trying to make it very apparent throughout like the confessionals in this episode of like, this isn't the same Paulie. Like, you will still get a Paulie that I believe over time will still have his blow ups. We'll still have like those heated moments, because he admits, like, I am a hothead. I am a competitor, but I just need to be a little bit better at separating the two in the different situations. But it's like, we get to the daily, and daily.
Hold on, real quick. Dreadhead says we need Jonathan from Survivor on the Challenge. Yes, we do. And guess what? This season would have been completely different, because I see Jonathan not using logic, not using strategy, and working with the veterans because they're athletic like he is.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Oh yeah.
It just would have been like him and Fessy and Corey just working out every single
day. Yeah. Look, let's do these workout segments, boys. We're gonna get on the Insta story.
You want to talk strategy? Well, the strategy is we're together because we work out together, and that's how it has to be, right? It's like, yes, Jonathan, that's exactly how it has to be. There we go. Perfect. But Bananas and Wes won't have a problem with that either.
Oh no. They'd be fine with that.
Yeah. He may be the glue that could bring Fessy, Corey, Bananas, and Wes all together.
Yeah, guys, look at us. We got the muscle.
Dude, we got to do a man alliance because we're so much smarter than them, even though there's more of them and I can't do math.
Well,
it
and
just works.
Wes would have pulled him in right away. Wes would have pulled him in right away, and you can tell Jonathan's the type of guy like, I can't keep everything straight. Like, the first person that says we're together, he's like, done. Like,
we're good.
We're good.
Oh wait, no, he would try to do the Copernicus joke but say Capricorn.
Oh.
You know,
calculator.
You don't have to be Capricorn to get this math.
You don't have to be calculator. I mean, because you have to use a calculator. That's his name, calculator.
What? Who's Copernicus?
Doing the calculator joke. You told me bananas. Hilarious.
I didn't see his name.
That's like
it's so, a hopper.
That's so total madness when Bananas and West made that one girl like do a whole
Jenny
speech
Lee,
and
yeah.
starts hello Earthlings, and it's just both of them in the back just laughing. That's Jonathan. But anyway, we're here, episode 3. Daily is capsized, and each team, one team at a time, needs to swim to a boat, capsize that boat in order to read a flag key for how their team needs to have the flags placed. All the flags are attached to 8 buoys that you have to have a decent swim to get. Everyone needs to swim to it at least once. And then fastest team with the most right flags is the winner.
Okay.
You have immediately the red team going and Tiffany riding Polly's back.
Yep. There's a girl on each team that has to ride someone's back.
Yes, and it appears to be very cold. We have noticed it because if you notice, TJ's rocking like the heavy duty Carhartt jackets.
It's cold, and you can see. I feel as each team goes, that like the undercurrent getting a little rougher.
Yeah,
for each group.
So I feel the second team, that was the blue team, had the advantage in that they got to watch the red team work through the I don't think you should be allowed to watch the other people. I don't understand this.
Well, that's always just been a thing with the challenge.
I know it's a thing, and that's fine. It's established, so it is what it is. But
I agree with it more when it's done by like, all right, the winners can pick the order, but if you're going to go random,
yeah. So anyways,
yeah, what it is.
So I feel the red team was at a disadvantage of having the learning handicap. And then I felt the last team was at a disadvantage in which they had the current handicap. So so if you're team 2 and you're not stupid and you can semi swim, you should win this challenge.
And they had the experience of like you have.
Oh yeah, which guy? What's his name? Sebastian is the seaman.
He knows how to Yeah, he is a seaman.
Well, he started as a seaman.
Yeah.
And now he's a sea captain.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
It's really not something to really brag about now that you.
I know. Just like I started as a seaman too, Sebastian.
See, we all did.
I knew I'd break you guys down sooner or later. You throw enough shit against the wall.
Still find a way to put this into the Big Brother podcast.
Yeah, don't worry,
it's coming.
Oh, see what you did there.
Okay, so brief summaries of this. Like the blue team does very well. Red team going with their name, Team Red Flag, couldn't remember the flags, so they messed it up. Also, blue team had the right idea of fracturing like how much each person has to remember, because it seemed like red team was like, we're gonna have 2 people specifically remember all 20 flags.
Yeah,
but you could just split it up.
Yeah, and Josh reveals that he saw Paulie as the team captain at this point, and I'm like, oh, I thought you were the team captain because you were randomly chosen to choose the teams.
I think he saw Paulie on the highest point of the ship when it was capsized and just thought, oh, that means he's the captain now.
Well, by height at this moment.
Yeah. At that moment, because Paulie is shorter.
Yes. So, well, then Josh is a tall drink of water.
Apparently to Cassidy.
Oh, is that where we're going?
It was on a preview.
It was on the preview after episode 2.
I am all about. So I thought she had a boyfriend going into this.
I also thought that. I don't know. So I was asking people about it, and they're like, it seems like the timeline's murky there.
Okay, I am for a Cassidy Josh deal.
Oh yeah, I'm pro. What makes fun TV?
Well, but I like both of them. As I said, for me personally, Fessy individually always been cool to me.
Mhm.
Fessy with Josh, just some people, they don't love it. Josh, individually, beyond super nice to me.
Right.
So, I love
No,
it.
I think it's a good thing. And it just pulls this story because like, everyone has this idea of who Josh is. But if we go through his challenge history, he's building a little bit of a Rolodex of,
Well, he was taught by Tori, so we're good.
that's true.
Mm.
Which is so weird because his original partner was Amanda.
He's one of the few that can work
Yeah.
with both.
I don't-
Both of those. With
I don't-
both Tori and Amanda.
I don't think Ashley says you can't say that.
Oh. There's a lot of stuff from Ashley's past you can't say.
Yes, we sure can.
Ah,
All right,
man.
so Michelle screws up the flags. Fessy is not looking out for bananas because
when has he ever?
Wes reveals that Michaela is one of the most paranoid players ever in the history of the challenge. I believe that.
I found that so funny, though. I found their little segment so funny.
Yeah.
Apparently, they had a little bit of a blow up after that as well.
Oh, that
Wes
doesn't
and
surprise
Kayla.
me.
No, yeah, no shocker. Tyler was a beach lifeguard. Green is a mess. As a result, Blue wins. And right out of the gate, we're back in the house. And Corey is making a deal with Alyssa. And that makes Corey the first to flip on the vets.
And kudos, I would say, to Alyssa.
Yeah.
Like we were, I think, higher on Alyssa on season 1 as a whole of like what her journey was. Like she played the game. Like some people were mad about her for like turning on Big Brother. But I was like, no, like she did the right move actively. Like she almost got to the final.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, she came in here to play. Like she understands what her like archetype is, and she's like, okay, but I need to bring the strategy here. I need to be able to outplay these vets.
Yeah.
And I love they have this whole decision. She turns Corey. They get to deliberation, and as they're like making decisions, and Tori's getting frustrated, Alyssa's just like sits down and does that whole mom thing of like, if you sit back, you have to remember this is a strategic game, Tori, and maybe not everything's about you.
Oh,
And I was just like, wow, Alyssa,
yeah.
MVP of the episode.
I loved it. And Tori did not. Corey, he caved so hard. Good on. Listen, Alyssa's asking me things I'm caving to. I'm with you.
Also, what was Fessy's vote? Like, Fessy voting for Michelle? Like, for his vote, I was just like...
It was a weird throwaway.
I feel like there was a conversation probably like 5 minutes before they went out there. Like Fessy was just like, or Michelle was like, Fessy, you didn't throw away your soda can. He goes, yeah, okay, well that just cost you a vote. Like I think it's probably as simple as that.
Oh, also, I think it's as simple for why he's not working with the veterans this time around. I think it's him just being petty because he wasn't brought in as one of the legends.
A veteran. Yeah. I'm not a legend, so I'm not working with you.
It was like, why didn't I get a statue? That's it.
Yeah.
I can't work with bananas.
I
know you want me to. I'm not.
Should have been a statue and a complete hall brawl.
There should have been a challenge just dedicated to everyone a challenge lugging a statue of me.
It's true. I like Fessy. Once again.
But I love this group. Like everyone's just like, we're not backing down. We have our decision. We know we want bananas in. We want a guy to go, and we want him to go.
Yeah, there you go. So Amanda and Bananas are the noms, and Bananas calls out Amanda calls out Corey, and then he says, "You're a bitch too, Fessy, and you're dumber than you look."
And Fessy's just like saying, like, what? What did I do? I just voted you in.
Yeah. Then Bananas throws a pity party for himself with Godfather music, which I thought was the best.
Oh, so good. It was so good. Every cliche in the book he can throw out there, he did.
I admire him trying.
Same.
I think that part of it was also him hamming it up for the cameras a little bit, knowing that, hey, this is going to get me airtime. Like, this will make TV.
Yeah. No, I still think he was pleading it. I think he was just throwing anything against the wall. He's just like, look, you guys aren't playing.
Or it's like it's this mix. It's this mix because I think partially it is him understanding that these other people aren't going to be like the typical rookies they've been throwing their way these last handful of seasons, and they're actually.
Do you understand how we do this?
Yeah, because he literally said that. It's like, you guys don't know how to play our game. You're supposed to follow us. We're supposed to eliminate all of you. I get to go to the final again. Maybe I'll get second. Maybe I'll get first. That's how it works.
That's
My favorite of all of it, though, my favorite of all of it was just being like, coming into this game, who would have thought my two biggest allies would have been Paulie and Dusty?
Oh yeah, how sad is it?
I love
Dusty, and I was just like, "Oh, the Dusty! I am here for Dusty Shade all day long."
It was so fun, and I love seeing you only see like Paulie in the background, just like with the biggest grin on his face. He's just like, "What type of world am I in?" He's like, "You're in a nightmare, buddy. If I'm your ally."
And you know, Dusty's watching this. I feel so bad, Dusty. You seem like a fine person. I'm just not rooting for you. And
no, I just need. I can't have.
You on my TV? Oh, sorry.
I can't have a super fan arc or like person on the show. Like I need them to be like, yes, I was a fan of the show, but like, this is how I'm going to play. Not, oh, this is my idol. Oh,
yeah.
I have to say bananas. Next part.
Team Red Flag has a meeting, and Amanda's there.
Wait, I love that they're having a full-fledged conversation, and everything just stops. The music stops, and Vanessa's like, "Amanda, when did you get here?
You're not even on our team." And she's like, I don't like my team.
And Amanda's just like, "Hey, I'm down for throwing a guy. We can even throw a green guy. I don't care. It just means I don't go in."
Amanda rolls.
And for as long
because
as
you see, she even votes Monty. She does throw in a green guy.
Yeah, so
she doesn't care.
I want Josh every other season. I think I want a Paulie every other season, maybe even every season. I don't know. I want Amanda every season.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it won't happen, but
just give me like 4 more seasons, and I'll my thirst will be quenched. But okay. I am all for Amanda there because, like once again, like we're not going to get a full season of Amanda ever.
Mm-mm.
We sometimes get very close. There's been multiple moments where like she is but knocking on the final.
TJ's
Invasion,
finals,
she was the last one out.
Great. TJ's finals 8 episodes.
That's true.
So,
plus a 20 episode reunion special.
Yeah. Oh, well, she is on there.
So the green team comes together. And they're like trying to decide who they want to go because like Desi's like, I want Bananas to go. We need someone that can take them out. And I found it so curious of like all the guys because obviously they want to put in someone from Red, but they're like, oh, the people that are for sure going to take out Bananas is Paulie, which I can get. I can get Paulie.
Yep.
And they're like, or Josh. Josh can take out Bananas. And I'm like,
they've never seen Josh throw a ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, oh my God, yeah, never seen Josh throw a ball. And also, you haven't seen Josh in elimination, who's won.
And with the beanbags, he got the one. But yeah, could you imagine? The fire would have been over him from the beginning because Josh never would have hit the target with the beanbag.
Let's be real. He would. And I love Josh. Love Josh. I am on the pro Josh side of the fandom. He would have went to throw that beanbag and slipped off the ice.
Oh,
100%.
Yeah.
That dude. One thing we know about Josh. He is clumsy.
He is. Oh, yeah. So
he will went.
Yeah. So Red split their votes between Monty and Tyler. Amanda votes Monty. Paulie votes Monty. He's just like, what am I doing with my life? And Bananas reveals before the eliminator that he's 40 years old and feels like a rookie season. And we go to Dennis, the Hopper, and oh no, I was praying for Monty.
I was too. I was just like, come on, let the odds work. Let the odds work.
Let Dennis do his magic. Yeah.
He didn't.
And it's Paulie. The eliminator is Fire and Ice. What's Fire and Ice?
It's straightforward. You and your opponent are both on a block of ice with your hand held up like the old school Survivor Challenge. Let's have your hand in the air. But instead of water in the bucket at the top, it's a bunch of fish guts because why not?
Why are there fish guts? Just to ruin the hug?
Yes.
Truly. They're like, Why did TJ sign off on that? He's like, I have to hug the dude after.
Well, I mean, there's no well, no, you see that he changed it. He takes all that off. So, but
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
does
like,
take all that off.
I mean, like once you're eliminated, you're like, if you're soaked in water, you're soaked in like, I mean, it could have been Nickelodeon Double Dare slime.
Well, it's like I wonder partially maybe it's like really cold at night and they don't want to put like that type of shock on them. I don't know, but
Well,
it's like
I'm sure that fish guts freezes at the same rate as water.
I know. I can't. I don't know the logic.
There's
But
I mean, like your arm drops, your arm like you're like these people care enough that it's just like they're not dropping their arm, like they're not holding their arm up because of fish guts. They're holding their arm up because they want to win.
yeah. It doesn't matter what's on top there.
No.
But
How
So-
superfluous for no reason.
yeah. So while doing that, you have a portion of a very limited amount of sandbags that you can toss at a target. If you hit the target, it turns off the torch underneath your ice and ignites the torch under your opponent's, which will help increase the ice to melt because the whole point is your hand needs to stay at that specific part.
You play cornhole?
Yep.
What about that beanbag game? Yep.
Okay.
Gotcha.
The one thing that, as much as it sucked that Paulie was down.
That's how you start the cornhole game.
Go on, Dan.
As much as it sucked that Paulie had to go in there, it was almost apropos for the simple fact that this is now, while Paulie wasn't the one holding his arm up, it's the same challenge that Banana lost to Paulie and Natalie in Final Reckoning.
Yeah.
Oh. So, well, it's beanbag toss first. Neither one misses until essentially the last beanbag.
So, I believe, based off what I saw, Paulie missed 2 because they showed Banana throwing first.
Yeah,
and there was this cutaway, and if you're not paying attention, you miss it. It's like they're talking about how both aren't missing, and there's one where like Paulie goes over, and then he hits it. So I was like, because they showed a number, and Bananas was one behind, and then suddenly I think they probably both missed one at some point because Banana hits it, he's out, and they're like, oh, if Paulie hits it, he wins. Like this game literally came down to who hits that torch last.
The last beanbag, yep.
Because both of them were just like, this is killing me. But nothing's gonna make me drop my hand other than the ice dropping.
These guys are never dropping their hand ever in the history of ever.
Like you're gonna dance a little bit on that ice because it's ice. But
yeah. So no, Paulie misses the last beanbag. Death stare from Paulie, and
oh my god,
and Alyssa's hoping Bananas is now an old man now, and his back will give out. And I'm just like, you're calling 40 an old man, Alyssa? It will never work between us. So, and that's fine. I'm beyond happy. So don't worry.
It's like, but Bananas ultimately wins. The ice just gets too low, and ultimately Paulie drops, not due to anything he was doing, but literally because the game had to end 38 minutes and 4 seconds of keeping your arm up like that.
And you could see that maybe it's just how the ice was. It wasn't completely centered because you could tell that the back half of the ice was melting much quicker.
It could have also had to do with how they had the torches set up.
Yeah.
So mutual respect between the two. They hug. Bananas gives Paulie props. He needed it. And I think Bananas also needed to give those props to him. I think I think it was a challenge moment. I think it'll definitely be a Challenge USA moment. And I loved it. And next episode looks based on jerseys. Looks like Banana changes with Corey. And Survivor's making moves on the next episode, throwing challenges because that's what Survivors do best.
I just love they had like basically a surround sound. I think it was a Bananas being like, "What is this, Survivor?" And everyone just like shocked faces everywhere because it looks like part of it's because of something that Chris does during the challenge.
Yeah, look at Dad bod Chris Underwood. There you go.
And I love that. I want to see the Survivor people shine. We're seeing that a little bit so far. I love Paulie's arc here. It almost like, in a way, is the perfect thing that could have happened to Paulie. It's like this bang.
Yeah.
Like you come in, you show the image change, and you go.
Left incident free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Made more friends than enemies.
With the world loving you.
Yeah. And I see this relationship potentially, if they get to keep doing it on the challenge, very similar to Bananas and Jordan's arc. Paulie was the new version of Jordan, like coming in, chest puffed up, like I need to take out the alpha dog. I'm the new alpha in town. And eventually over time, you gain the respect of one another and you're like, okay, we can work a little more closely together now.
Okay. I'm for it.
Yeah. And maybe the good reaction to Paulie will suddenly allow CBS to maybe not hold All Stars 4 in a vault like 100 meters down the earth.
Yeah. Never. That's all on Cara. She can't stop posting about it.
Yeah, Cara, stop posting about it.
Okay, Paulie, get Cara and CBS in a room together. You're going to mend that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I'm for that. All right, so with that, Alex Trias, where can everybody find you on social media and find out the answer to this trivia question to get your autograph picture of Johnny Bananas and Alex Trias? So first one.
Well, you can find me on Atrius95 and all my stuff. Trying to be more active again on socials for reality TV. That's where you'll find me.
And Dan Montchal, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at Monchio4. I'm just looking at Alex's post. I forget what the catchphrase is.
There you go.
I haven't posted in a couple of days, so
yeah, give us that catchphrase and that hashtag. And the first one to get it gets an autographed Johnny Fairplay, or no, Johnny Bananas, the second most famous Johnny in the history of reality television, and autographed Alex Trias. There you go.
We look the exact same.
Comparable. You got to. You got to do the work. All right. So with that, I'm Johnny Fairplay. You can find me at Johnny Fairplay on all the socials, no H in Johnny, or go to johnnyfairplay.com. Links to everything, including live shows. I'm going to be in New York City for the Survivor 45 premiere. That is September 27th. Tickets available now. It will sell out. Last year did sell out. This year will sell out. So last season sold out. So this one will as well. Already a ton of tickets already sold. Get your tickets now. SurvivorTix.com, SurvivorTix.com. The links to everything, my cameos, vinyl records, podcasts, you name it. Go to johnnyfairplay.com. No H in Johnny, JONNYFAIRPLAY. Become a patron. Links to that as well. And you can do that from Spotify as well. Search Reality After Show with Johnny Fairplay and become a patron. You get tons of bonus content. We talked last week about some of the social media stuff that was discussed and kind of behind the scenes and some of that, and some of the stuff that was not discussed. And then this week we'll do this week we're going to do the breakdown on some of their the challenge salaries. So that'll be on the Q&A at realitypatron.com. That's realitypatron.com. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Alex. I'm Johnny Fairplay. And we will see you next week. And don't forget Big Brother coverage on the same channel. See you soon.